Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Raw and Real with Mohit. And I know, it has been a while. You guys have missed me. I have missed you guys too. I promise you. Okay, and I've been very busy lately. I'm working upon building my own funnel. So I'm running my workshops right now on public speaking, communication. So it's titled "Speak Like a CEO." And if you're interested, you can just check the link in the description. But yeah, man, life has been busy. I have been working upon quite a few things. And today, I just decided to take some time out and share a lot of things to you guys related to mindset. And as you already know, this channel is about helping you build your dream life and becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Something that a lot of people miss out is it is so important for you to have the right vision for life, because if you don't, you could be a millionaire and be unhappy as hell if you are using the wrong things, you are following the wrong processes. So it's not just about money. Money is a huge part of it for sure, but it's how you get that money. That is also something that is really important. Okay, so now what do I mean when I say the word mindset? Well, I'll tell you about my mindset, what my mindset is, my life philosophy. My goal by the time I'm 35 years old financially is to make $20 million per year. Okay, at least by the time I'm 35, I want to hit this goal. This year, my goal is simple. I want to get to a point where I'm making 1 crore per year. Basically, I want to hit the 10 lakh per month mark, and I want to create systems that help me do that. Okay, now here's the thing, right? Just knowing your goal financially is not enough. It's also super important for you to understand how can you best achieve that goal and what is your life vision. Okay, so for example, how do I elaborate upon this further? Okay, let's say you have a lot of strengths that are unique to you. Okay, and if you think you do not have any strengths, man, I want to share something very important with you. You have some strengths that very few people possess, and once you understand how to utilize those strengths and you have a big vision attached to those strengths, you will explode. Like literally, I kid you not, explode. Okay, it'll absolutely change your life. So I'll tell you, when I mean strengths, what are my strengths? Number one, resilience. What is resilience? So resilience is your tendency to go back to normal or neutral. For example, something terrible happens. How long do you take to get back to your baseline? Okay, for example, something terrible happens. I am not making as much money. Okay, some systems have been, have there are some messed up systems. Ads are not performing that well, or the leads that I'm getting, they're not high quality. Whatever, something or the other is happening. Now, once that has happened, I can react for sure for some time, right? Oh man, what the hell, shit, what crap, whatever. But then I have to go back to normal, and I'll take like 10 seconds to go back to normal. So that's how resilient I am. You need to develop this resiliency too if you want to grow in business, right? So that's number one, resiliency. Number two, now let's say you have that resiliency, you need to understand, for example, another one of my strengths is the ability to think critically. Critical thinking. Now, what is critical thinking? Critical thinking is your ability to deeply question things, your ability to ask powerful questions to yourself, about life, about business, about everything. Once you have this ability to critically reason and critically think, life starts to make a lot more sense. For example, okay, let's say you want to go to a certain school or college. Okay, let's say for example, my dream once when I was in 11th and 12th was to have an IIT label. कि यार मुझे IIT जाना है, I want to get to IIT Bombay, Delhi, whatever. Okay, Now, why is that a dream for so many people? This is not a true desire of mine. This is a mimetic desire. A mimetic desire is a desire that a lot of people have, or someone that is very close to you has. And since they have that desire, you acquire that desire. It is not truly your desire. It is just a desire that you possess because other people possess that desire. Okay, these are mimetic desires. So going to IIT was just a mimetic desire for me. It was not aligned with who I truly was. I am not a machine thinker. So people that can just churn out whatever they want whenever they have insane ability to just create massive amounts of output. They are not that much creative, but they are system driven, and they produce a lot of high quality results in a very short amount of time in terms of it being systematic and logical. Creative people do not operate that way. Creative people, when they are thinking deeply, and when they are not thinking, they need a lot of rest time in between. They need a lot of breathing space. They cannot just shut create output. Okay, so I am a creative person, and I need that breathing space. So I need some space to relax and then do work again, and then relax and do work again, and then relax and then do work again. To get to IIT, you need to be in a space wherein you are creating a lot of massive output, in the sense that in terms of making sure that you are constantly applying your brain to XYZ problem, and you are constantly working upon it. Okay, so that is something that was not very much inclined to who I am as a person. It's not who I am. I love to write. I love to market things. That's a creative process. I love to, you know, create speeches. I love to create content. That's me as a creative person. Okay. So that's, again, another one of my strengths. You need to understand who are you? What are your strengths that you possess that very few people do? These are things that you find enjoyable, other people find painstaking. For example, I love teaching, I love explaining things, I love giving presentations for so many people, giving presentations, creating curriculums. It's a pain in their butt. I love it. I can create curriculums, I can design things, I can do magnificent stuff. Okay, and I am capable of providing and creating massive change in people's lives, in the way they think, in the way they understand themselves, in the way they look at themselves. So as a life coach, I have another one of these abilities too. Similarly, what are things that you possess? What are some of the things, some of the drives that you have that very few people have? Once you know that, think about what is the greatest expression of that you want to have, and why do you want to have it. For example, now I want to give my mom and dad the life of their dreams. Okay, I want to take them to trips. I want to take them to, outings every now and then. I want to make sure that my dad is working not because it is needed for him to work to provide for the family, but he's working because it fuels him, it fulfills him. That's why he's working. So I want to get to a point where my dad no longer has to work for money. He's only working for his own purpose, his own mental well-being. Money is taken care of. I am taking care of that part. I guess I want to get to that point. That is one of the very big reasons. This is my dream. Apart from that, once you hit 20 million per year, you have access to highest echelons of life. And right, so that is a strong big goal that I have, and the way I want to do it is, first and foremost, first step is to launch my coaching business, which I have already done. Right, my first webinar is on 11th, 12th, and 13th of this month, so you can check out the description for that too. The links for future webinars might also be in the description, so if you want to join any one of my future webinars, the link is going to be there. Right, so check that out too. Okay, and once that scales, I am making a good 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs per month through that. And now I'm going to invest that money into a scalable business. So this coaching business is primarily a one person business. I will have to do everything in this. I will have to coach people. I will have to do everything. Okay. Once I get to that point where I'm making 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs per month through this, then I'm going to switch to something else that is significantly more scalable. It needs my decision making ability. It needs my ability to critically think, and it utilizes a lot of my strengths, but in terms of decision making, not in terms of execution. I'm going to hire people that execute on my behalf, and the output that I'm able to generate will heavily depend on my ability to make decisions, not the amount of time I put in. Okay, so if the decisions are correct, right, I hire the right people, I implement the right systems, I have the right culture, I have the right strategy. Once these things are set, the business is going to scale. Okay, so that'll happen only after a certain point of time, once I'm making this much money. So that's step 2, right? Create something that is so massive, so amazing, that I'm able to create these kind of outputs. Okay, so and once, so that's my goal. Okay, so till I get to the point where I'm making 1 crore per year, ye karna hai, this is what I want to do. Then once that happens, again, create an organization, create a structure that is super scalable, that a lot of people value. Now the route that I will have to take for this is not going to be, let's say, for example, Geo, he leveraged mobile networks. Okay, and that is something that he can do. I cannot compete with him on that at all, because it requires immensely deep pockets. Adani does sports. Okay, he does oil, he does natural gas, he does all of that. I cannot compete him in that at all. I will never be able to. Okay, so these are not the things that I'll be focusing in at all. Now, what am I good at? I am a better speaker than Ambani or Adani. I am a better driver. I'm a better personal change maker. So I'm not a materials guy. I cannot, the services that I'll be providing, they cannot be services like Ambani provides. The material and materials, so I cannot even provide at all. Right? So in terms of services, I'm gonna have to provide services that are manpower related, that require human connection, human touch, or probably an AI connection or AI touch. So a company of that sort that impacts people deeply, that is something that I can do. Or I can create a system of accountability wherein people are coming together and transforming their lives, building their dream life. Okay, so that is something that I stand for deeply. Okay, so similarly, think about what exactly is it that you want to do. Think in levels and systems. Okay, how do I get to my first 1 lakh per month? How do I get to my first 10 lakh per month? After that, how do I then get to my first, 15, 20, whatever, 25 lakhs, 1 crore a month? Okay, so these are levels of life, of financial living. And socially, know exactly what it is that you want, right? So for example, socially, I want a very close knit circle. I primarily enjoy working. I do not enjoy socializing as much. For example, if I am, let's say, working out with someone, that is my form of socializing. If I am working on building a business with someone, that is my form of socializing. I would like that. So these are the things that I like. I don't like just chilling and having drinks. I can do that once a quarter maybe, but that's it. Nothing more than that. Okay, so that's the kind of person I am. What is the kind of person you are? Think about that, and think about very deeply think about that very deeply, and the more you gain clarity on it, the more you'll progress. And it is all about clarity. Have See, if you want to build the life of your dreams, you need to implement the rule of 300. What is the rule of 300? 100% clarity on what you want, 100% belief that it is possible, and you need to have this 100% of the time. Okay, all the time have this belief that whatever you are dreaming, it is possible and it will happen. It is all about how you execute it. All right, so that's all from my end, guys. It was wonderful talking to you. I just got my pickleball workout done, and I thought, okay, you know what, let's make a video today and let's just interact and chat with you guys. So that's all for today. Again, if you're interested in joining the workshop, the link for the workshop is going to be mentioned in the description. I'll give it to you guys for free. Otherwise, people that come through the marketing channel, they have to pay for the workshop. So you can just join that one for free. That's all from my end. And again, once again, this channel is all about helping you build your dream life and becoming the most powerful version of yourself. If that sounds interesting to you, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you want some sort of consultation from me, check out the description for that too. That's all from my end. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Take care. Ciao.